Hey, it's Doug from Rise Above Performance Training, and I want to know, are you doing these 3 single leg exercises? Let's check them out. So I've talked about single leg exercises before and their importance. Doing squats and deadlifts are great to build up strength because you can use a lot of weight, but we want to balance out the legs as much as we can. Throughout the day, we're going to favor one side, and through sports, we're going to favor one side because sports are mainly one-sided, whether it's with rotation or kicking or swinging your leg. So we want to try to balance out the best we can to minimize injuries and increase strength and stabilize those joints. One of the first ones I like is actually a therapy exercise. It's going to be a TKE, or terminal knee extension. You're going to take a band and you're going to have it about where your knee would be, just slightly above that actually. So I'm going to put the band just slightly above my knee, right at the beginning of the hamstring connection. And what I'm going to do is make a fist out of this leg. So if I'm squeezing my quad, which is the front muscle, my knee should straighten. And I'm going to control back. So as you can see, my hips remain pretty still, but my knee is locking out at the end. I'm not doing it ballistically, I'm just doing it as smooth as I can. The reason why we want to do this is because we're actually strengthening the quads and also strengthening the knee. A lot of muscles, like I said, with the hamstrings and squats, a lot of posterior muscles, they do get the front, but we want to train this front so we can get that knee stable and train it safely through a range of motion. If we were to go to run and we step into a deeper pothole or something and our knee extends, we want to be able to have that strength so we do not injure ourselves. Also, if you have any type of pain with the knee, like patella tendonitis or anything like that, this is a good exercise to do. Now, this is the basic way to do it. I also recommend later on is doing it with a little bit of balance. So now I'm going to bring my right leg up and I'm just going to work my left leg and see if I can still remain still on that leg, squeezing my quads, and then building up the strength around that knee. The second exercise I have for you is the eccentric step down. That's what I call it. There's different names out there. I'm going to find a box. This is a 6-inch box. You don't need a huge box. You can even stack weight training plates as long as they're stable. I'm going to go to the edge with one leg, and I'm going to bring my toe up. This one is suspended in space. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back slightly, and then I'm going to shift forward as I'm going down. The reason why I bring my toe up is if my toe is down, I'm just going to touch the floor very easily. So I want to get a little more range of motion and up. So what I'm doing is I'm doing essentially a little mini squat with this right leg, and I'm squeezing coming up. So what I'm doing is building a lot of strength around that knee and quad area. I'm learning to decelerate my body. So if I run or jump, I'm learning to decelerate. And I'm also working on the strength around the knee. Now, that's kind of the benchmark standard of what you want to do. You can use the post in the beginning to work this movement so you take a little pressure off the leg. And also, if you're losing your balance, you want to use this post. You may find also that one leg is a whole lot easier to do than the other. So start with the post that you can hold on to, and then you can work your way to the free form style. After a while, you can raise the box a little bit. You probably don't need to go more than 12 inches with this or double this. It also depends on your height. I'm not super tall, but if someone that's 6'2" or 6'3" may need a little bit more than this to get up and get some benefit out of it. Build up your repetition, so you can start with 6, work your way up to 15, and then if you're good, you can hold a kettlebell or even an offset weight like a dumbbell to work it even further. The third exercise I have for you is a little bit challenging. I call it an airborne squat. And what you want to do is you're essentially doing a single leg squat, very similar to the eccentric step down, but the leg's going to be posteriorly placed or behind you. I like to use a TRX. You can even use a post to start off. So I'm going to stand on one leg. I'm going to bend the knee slightly. I'm going to push this leg back, and I'm just going to squat. I'm using this for support, dropping down, and then using this, the TRX, to pull myself up as much as I can. I want to extend the leg a little bit. The longer I reach back, the more support I get. If it's really narrow, you're going to find yourself challenging your balance a little bit too much. So I'll just kind of do it in real time. I'll push back, drop down, try to get near the floor if I can, and then drive up using this left leg as much as I can. I want to keep everything on its own side, so as I go down, I'm not kicking the leg behind me or collapsing the knee. You can use a post too. If you don't have a TRX, you can walk your way down and then work your way back up as well. When you get very good at it, I like to do it just free form, and I'm going to use a little bit of a cushion just so I don't bang my knee on the ground. It's also good to be a little bit elevated, and as you get better and better, you can work your way to the floor. So I'll show you here. Have your hands in front for a little bit of balance. I'm going to reach my leg back. I'm going to descend, light touch, and then drive up. So I'll do a few on this leg and then do a few on the other. So again, work the one that you're comfortable with and progress accordingly. So there you have it. Thanks for watching this video on the 3 single leg exercises I think you should be doing. If you like the video, please like it down below. Please consider subscribing as I put out a new video about every week along with podcasts. Thanks again for all your support, and we'll see you next time.